The river bubbled and giggled over the rocks. It was making happy, hurrying little sounds because it was full of water from the spring rains and the snows that melted high in the hills. Now, though, it was no longer spring. No, indeed. This was the start of summer. The air was full of the promise of sunny days and warm nights, of picnics and barbecues, of swimming and playing through long, beautiful days. The little animal children of Animal Town were happy and excited. They were looking forward to summertime, and they were looking forward to tonight. For this was the first weekend of summer, and in Animal Town, that meant it was time for the yearly summer campout. Oh yes, every first weekend of summer, for as long as anyone could remember, and that was ever so long, Animal Town held a special campout, a night of camping in tents all together. It took place in the town square, a big open field in the center of town, right next to the bubbling river. The animals who lived in the town would all come and set up tents in the field. During the day, they would play games, eat lunch on picnic blankets, and wade in the river. And at night, when the stars were beginning to twinkle in the darkening sky, they would make a big campfire on the shore of the river. They would sit around it and watch the flames flickering yellow, orange, and white, and even blue, into the darkness of night. They would sing songs, tell stories, share jokes, and look up at the stars above. And, maybe best of all, they would roast marshmallows. Sometimes they would squish the marshmallows with a piece of chocolate between 2 graham crackers and make s'mores. Other times they would just roast them to melty goodness and pop them straight into their mouths. The marshmallows might have been all of the animal children's favorite part of the summer campout, but it was awfully hard to pick one favorite part, because the whole weekend was so much fun. Baby sister squirrel also loved watching for shooting stars, and big brother bunny was a huge fan of playing tag and hide and seek all through the grassy field and into the trees and bushes beyond. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Before we get to the campout itself, let me tell you a little bit more about Animal Town for all our new visitors. Animal Town is a beautiful place made entirely out of nature. The streets are simple dirt paths with leafy trees growing along them. The houses are all made from nature too. Some of them are tree houses, like the squirrel family's home. Others are dug into the ground, like the bunny family's den. the river runs along one side of the town, and there's a big grassy meadow with berry bushes along the other side of town. All around are leafy green trees that provide lovely shade, where birds sing in the branches all day long. The birds were singing especially loudly today, as if to welcome summer. The bunny children and the squirrel children, who were next door neighbors, were hopping, that was the bunnies, and scurrying, that was the squirrels, towards the town square. The animal children were all carrying tents, sleeping bags, and other things to help their families set up for the camp out. Even baby sister squirrel was helping by carrying her own pillow and a little bag with her pajamas. When they arrived at the square, the bunny and squirrel children saw many animal families already there and starting to set up. They greeted the chipmunk cousins and the giraffe kids and all their other friends from around town. Once the tents were all set up, the animal parents and grandparents suggested that the children go and start some games. So the animal children gathered and began to talk about what they could play. Some wanted to play tag, others wanted to play Red Rover, and a few wanted to play other games like frisbee, football, or sardines. Everyone was talking at once, and no one was listening to anyone. So, finally, Big Brother Bunny spoke up over the noise. "Listen," he cried. "We have the whole weekend ahead. We can play everything we want to play, but we just need a plan." He suggested that they write down all the games on pieces of paper. They would put them into a hat, and then they would take turns pulling out one of the papers. They would play whatever game was written on it, and then for the next game, they would pull out another piece of paper. All the children agreed that this was a good idea and a very fair way of deciding, so that is what they did. The talking and arguing was finally over, and now the fun could really begin. And begin it did. The animals played and played for the next few hours, running, laughing, and having a wonderful time together under the afternoon sun. At last, as they were growing tired, Grandmother Raccoon called them all to get ready for dinner. The grown-ups had been busy making food, and now all that was left to do was set out plates and silverware on the big picnic tables. The animal children hurried over to the river and washed their paws and hooves in the cool water. Then they went over to help set the table. Every child set out plates and silverware until there was a place for every animal in Animal Town. They all sat down together and ate. They had buttery corn on the cob, creamy mashed potatoes, delectable barbecued yams, tasty stewed greens, sweet berries, juicy watermelon, and so much more. After their delicious feast, the animals worked together to clean up. As they washed dishes and put away leftovers, some of the older animals told stories about summer campouts when they were small. The animal children listened closely, and pictures grew in their minds of times past and what Animal Town had been like back then. When all the washing up was done and the stories were through, it was time to start the campfire. The animal children gathered wood from under the trees around the square. Then the grown-ups made the fire with some help from the oldest of the children. After all, fire is both a wonderful and also dangerous thing, and it's very important to be old enough before you make a fire and learn how to do it right. When the fire was burning merrily, the animals gathered into a big circle around it and settled into little camp chairs. The sky was dark now, and the stars were out. Baby Sister Squirrel snuggled into Mr. Squirrel's lap and looked up at the black sky. The stars sparkled across it, forming shapes and clusters that shone brightly and seemed to wink down at her. She sighed happily. She so loved stargazing. Middle brother Squirrel was watching the flames of the campfire. The flames seemed to dance and leap around. They were a brilliant yellow that turned orange and red at the tips. In places, the flames even burned blue and white, and he knew that those were the hottest parts. The flames were beautiful against the darkness of nighttime, and they changed constantly, so he never grew tired of watching them. Teacher Owl then told a story about a magical campfire whose smoke could carry children away on wonderful adventures. Then Grandmother Bunny suggested songs. The whole group sang their favorite songs together, their voices echoing in the warm night. Soon enough, it was time for marshmallows. The animal children scampered around, looking for long sticks that were just right to roast a marshmallow. Once they had enough sticks, every animal got one, along with a marshmallow. They slid them onto the end of the sticks, then held them out over the flames. The air filled with the scent of melting marshmallows. Middle brother Squirrel slowly and carefully toasted his until it turned a lovely golden brown. Big Sister Bunny burned hers black on the outside, so that the inside was especially melty and gooey. Each of the animals had their favorite way to roast a marshmallow, and each one was sure that theirs was the most delicious way. And do you know what? Maybe they were all right. Then Grandfather Bunny said that they should make s'mores, since it was the first night, and old Mrs. Chipmunk said that they should definitely have seconds, also since it was the first night. Baby Sister Squirrel giggled happily as she slipped her soft marshmallow onto a graham cracker topped with a square of chocolate. As the chocolate began to melt under the heat of the roasted marshmallow, she put another graham cracker on top and took a bite. It was delicious. When they were done eating s'mores, they all decided to change into cozy pajamas, brush their teeth, and wash up. That way, they would all be comfy and ready for bed, so they wouldn't have to get ready later on, when they would be tired and wanting to cuddle into their sleeping bags. Once they were all clean and snuggly in their soft pajamas, the animals slipped back into their comfy camp chairs in front of the warm fire. Someone told a joke, and all the animals laughed. Then, someone else started a game of telephone, where they went around the circle, whispering something from one animal to another, and seeing the funny ways the message changed as it was passed along. Then, Mr. Squirrel pulled out a guitar, a very small guitar, for he was a rather small animal. He began to strum it to the tune of songs from the old days. The animals began singing along, and baby Sister Squirrel snuggled down under a cover in the chair next to her father. She stared up at the stars again and listened to the sweet songs echoing out into the summer air. Her eyes were growing sleepy, and her body felt nice and heavy and warm. She began to blink slowly, letting her eyes flutter closed to the sounds of the song. But just before her eyes shut altogether, she spotted what she had been waiting for: a shooting star speeding across the sky before it faded into darkness. It was a beautiful and lucky sight, and she made a wish on it just before she drifted off to sleep. And this was baby Sister Squirrel's wish. May everyone everywhere always remember to look at the stars and see how beautiful and lucky they are. And with that, she sighed and slipped into dreamland, never feeling her father gently carry her into the tent, where she slept peacefully in her sleeping bag until morning, when even more fun was to be had at the Animal Town Summer Campout.